Reverend Whiteman asked me to talk again about Ramadan, like I did last year, because the holy month of Ramadan is just 3 weeks away. 3 weeks might seem a bit far, but there's actually a tradition of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that he would start preparing for Ramadan 6 months before the month arrived. And every day, the Prophet would pray, "O Allah, keep me safe until Ramadan. Keep Ramadan safe for me, and accept it from me." So while we're 3 weeks out, I'll say that prayer for myself and the Muslim students here and Muslims everywhere. "O Allah, keep us safe until Ramadan. Keep Ramadan safe for us, and accept it from us." Last year I talked a little bit more about how Muslims commemorate Ramadan and how Ramadan is practiced through the daily fasts and other types of spiritual disciplines and practices. And I'm not going to repeat myself from last year. And if some of you are curious about all that, if you weren't here, you're welcome to talk to me. But instead, what I'm going to discuss is the event that Ramadan commemorates, which is the revelation of the Holy Qur'an to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And I'm going to focus in on like a very specific moment. I'm going to focus in on the exact moment of revelation. So revelation was an ongoing process over many years, but it started in Mecca. And it started when the Prophet was married to his wife Khadija. And even before the revelation of Islam came to him, the Prophet Muhammad was a contemplative person. He was known to retreat into caves or up on a mountain. He would retreat in solitude and meditate, contemplate life. And he did this in the month of Ramadan, which was known to be a contemplative and holy month even before Islam for the Arabs of the time. And so he went to the Cave of Light, as he normally would, to just meditate. But this time was different. A figure appeared before him and said, "Read." He was shocked by this. He was struck. This is the verse that Faye's read for you. Read is the first word of the Qur'an revealed. It's alternately translated as recite. So this figure appeared and said, "Read," or recite. And the Prophet responded, "I'm not a reciter," meaning I'm not a poet, I'm not someone who does this. The angel said again, or the figure, we're assuming it's an angel, we don't know. The figure says again, "Recite," and he says, "No, I'm not a reciter." He's scared, he's confused, he's unsure of himself. And this goes on and on, it goes back and forth. The Prophet leaves the cave to return home, and then the figure appears in another form, in an angelic form, with wings outstretched across the horizon. So the figure reveals itself as an angel. But the Prophet's still not sure about that. He's still really scared, really confused. So he runs home to his wife. He begged her, "Cover me, cover me." He was frightened. He wasn't sure if he had actually encountered an angel, if he was hallucinating, if maybe the figure wasn't an angel but a devil. He couldn't be sure about the experience that he witnessed, that he experienced in his own body, and so he made a choice. He ran to his wife Khadija, who, by the way, was 15 years older than him. He could have run to his uncle, he could have run to his friends, but he ran to her because he knew that she knew how to love him and take care of him in his time of doubt and uncertainty. And that's exactly what she did. He ran to her, he said, "Cover me," and she did. She invited him to sit on her lap. And it's gonna, I'll tell you something about my tradition. It's not shy to talk about a lot of things. So we might give him a little So she says, come here, sit on my lap. So he sits on her lap, scared, shaking, unsure of his faith in what had just happened. She says, do you still see the angel now that he's sitting on her lap? He responds, yeah, I still see the angel. She's like, okay. She's thinking on her feet. She's got her husband scared, trembling. She's got to think fast. How do I take care of this situation? How do I de-escalate this situation? How do I support him? She says, okay, sit on my other leg, sit on my other thigh. Do you still see the angel? He says, yeah, I still see the angel. So then she does something kind of wild. At this point, she opens up her cloak and reveals her bare breasts to him. Now that might sound funny, and it kind of is, it's kind of shocking. And she says, well, do you still see the angel now? And he responds, no, the angel's gone. And she said, well then, we know that it must have been an angel because angels are modest. And when I revealed my bare breasts, if the figure left, it must have been an angel because only an angel would leave out of modesty. So we can take that really literally, and I do. I think you can understand faith and tradition on multiple levels. Maybe that rendering of the story is completely accurate, that the angel left, confirming that it was an angel out of modesty when she bared her breasts. But also I'm really struck by how she responded to her husband in this moment of extreme doubt, uncertainty, and anxiety. She was playing with him. She knew that he was really in his head, and so she did something shocking and playful. And I'm certainly not recommending that we bare our breasts to whoever's in a crisis. This is very context specific. And who knows how he felt. Was he shocked? Did he laugh? We don't know, but we do know that at that moment his anxiety left him. And because she did that, he was able to trust in his experience that he had encountered an angel, that he had received revelation when the figure said, recite in the name of your Lord who created you from a clinging form. Read, recite, your Lord is the most bountiful, who taught by means of the pen, what man did not know, but man exceeds all bounds when he thinks he is self-sufficient. Prophet, all will return to their Lord. You exceed all bounds when you think you're self-sufficient. So he sort of internalized that message when he ran to his wife seeking help and support in his time of doubt and anxiety. She knew that when he came to him, he wasn't just trying to figure out if it was actually an angel or not. He was asking her, am I okay? Am I going to be okay? He put his trust in her, and she was worthy of his trust. She could have said, you're being crazy. This is crazy. This is nonsense. I don't want to hear this. She could have said, of course it was an angel. You're a pious person. Why would you have any doubt about that? She didn't do any of that. She didn't dismiss him. When Muhammad was experiencing the crisis of faith, not sure if he could trust himself, he put his trust in her, and her response was threefold, as I see it. She held him tenderly through his moments of doubt and uncertainty. She affirmed his experience without judging or dismissing him, and she was creative and playful with him. And because of this, we have revelation. Because of this, he was able to overcome those moments of doubt and uncertainty and to have faith. And because of the way she held him tenderly, we all have the Qur'an. We all have this revelation. How different might history have been if Khadijah had not held Muhammad in his time of doubt and uncertainty, or if Muhammad never made himself vulnerable to her in this way. If he was so hubristic to think, well, of course that's an angel, and of course I'm a prophet. But it wasn't like that. We learn from this story that doubt does not hinder, but actually precipitates faith. and that the holiest figure of Islam experienced doubt in a very embodied way, like many of us do. The world is scary and uncertain, and we question a lot of things. And I am saying that that is like the foundation of faith, is to question and to lean into your uncertainty, because on the other side, you might find a truly deeper faith. But that's only if we're in loving community with one another, if we hold each other metaphorically and sometimes, and consensually, literally, physically, tenderly, through uncertainty, affirm one another's experience, and play with one another in a loving way. This Ramadan, I'm reflecting on this, on how to both be more like Muhammad, to be vulnerable, to lean into the things that I don't and can't know and maybe won't know, and the things about faith and tradition and religion that sometimes make me uncomfortable because I don't quite get it or I can't quite figure it out yet, because we know that on the other side of that there's the potential for something so deep and beautiful. And to be more like Khadija in the way that I hold and support other people who are going through things, who are going through uncertain times, who are experiencing anxiety and doubt, whether it's faith-related or not. This Ramadan, I'm celebrating God being the all-knowing and me not being the all-knowing. I'm celebrating what I don't and can't know and being in community with supportive people who love me, and I'll try to be that for others. This is what I'm thinking about and celebrating this Ramadan. Thank you so much.